Alright, so Raw kicked off this week with just exactly the way you thought it was going to. God himself against Curtis Axel. And you know what? Curtis Axel, in his short career as a Paul Heyman guy, he has won in more different ways than you can think of a young wrestler doing it. I mean, God, he's won by disqualification, he's won by a countout. He beat Jericho last Friday night on SmackDown, by pinfall even. But this week, this was really good shit, I gotta tell you. Triple H threw Axel to the outside. Vince comes out there, calls for the disqualification on Triple H. So, naturally, Triple H is going to restart the match because he is a COO after all. Then we get a little more action. Then Vince is back out there, and Curtis Axel wins in another way. He wins by forfeit. God, this was good shit. This was a great game of one-upsmanship by God and Vince. And after the third match, I was like, oh, Vince sends Axel in the back because he's already beat Triple H twice. So, Triple H wanted to have a 60-man Iron Man match. So, and God is the only guy I know that can have a 60-man Iron Man match in about 30 seconds. But, oh my God, this was a great opening segment. Well, Kane against Dean Ambrose. There's going to be a match between the two at Payback on Sunday. So this turned out to be a preview of sorts. But Kane ends up winning by DQ after he gets attacked by Reigns and Rollins. So what else would you expect out of this match, huh? You had Kane, Daniel Bryan, and Orton all arguing backstage. Vicky comes up to them. I already told you that she made the match for Kane and Dean Ambrose for the U.S. title. But she also makes a tag title match with Orton and Daniel Bryan against the Shield, Reigns and Rollins. So, yeah, that should be interesting, to say the least. Okay, next you had The Miz against Cody Rhodes. This match didn't last too long. Miz ends up going over with the figure four leg lock, and Cody Rhodes taps up like a drunk man. Well, and Barrett was sitting in on commentary, and he thought he was going to have a one-on-one match at Payback on Sunday. No, sir. I mean, just because Fandango's out with a concussion doesn't mean it's not going to be a triple threat match, because Paul Heyman comes out there, and Fandango's replacement is going to be Curtis Axel! So much for your IC title reign there, Wade. Oh, we also had some nice vignettes tonight. We had a couple on the Wyatt family, which I'm very excited to see, because I think I haven't watched a lot of NXT, by and large, but this Bray Wyatt, and the Wyatt family, I cannot wait to see this group on Monday Night Raw. And we got the return of one certain Grey Cat's favorite wrestler. Mark Henry is coming back next week, brother. So Chris Jericho's out there for a promo, hyping up his match with CM Punk at Payback on Sunday. He's putting him over as a great wrestler and all that, you know. And talking about their trilogy matches, really. Well, considering Punk won the first two, but I guess it's going to be their third match on a pay-per-view, but I digress from there. You get the return of Dolph Ziggler, but he's not going to wrestle tonight. It's going to be Big E Langston against Jericho. It kind of leads into that match. Match wasn't too bad. ADR ends up running down and attacking Ziggler right before the end of the match. We set up the distraction, and Jericho hits the code breaker on Big E, and Jericho wins. Well, you got Sin Cara against Antonio Cesaro. If you download the WWE app, you could have seen Josh Matthews with a interview with Zeb Colter during the commercial break, and you got a little glimpse of Sin Cara and kind of in the background there, and Coulter's wondering why he's still around. So, but you look at this match, you're thinking, God, somebody's got to win this match, don't they? Well, wasn't Sin Cara who I thought it was going to be, but who knows? That might be a feud for Jack Swagger when he comes back. But Cesaro ends up winning with the neutralizer. That is all. Well, you can definitely tell Hardy's had a big hand in this Monday Night Raw this week, because you saw Vicky with a bacon cheeseburger in the back area, and Jerry Lawler had one. I thought, it's like, why in the world would you have a big bacon cheeseburger in front of Jerry the King Lawler when he just had a heart attack a few months ago? I'm just saying here. but then they also Hardy's sponsored a match this week between Damian Sandow and R-Truth. Sandow wins big time, as he should have, damn it. And he actually got a mic to cut a before match promo. That was awesome. And then Sheamus has to come down and mess up the segment, and they're just talking about their match on Sunday. How far has Sheamus fallen here, guys? Sheamus goes from being the WWE champion to the pre-show. Well, you could vote on the WWE app on who Daniel Bryan was going to face, whether it been Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. But Kane spoiled the surprise, because it turned out it's going to be Randy Orton against Roman Reigns, and then it's going to be the internet's wet dream, folks. Daniel Bryan against Seth Rollins. But I'll talk about Orton and Reigns first. This match wasn't too bad. Rollins and Bryan ended up getting involved in the match, so he had a no contest. Daniel Bryan is the most over wrestler in the WWE right now. I mean, there just isn't any room for discussion. Yes, yes, yes. And then we get into the match between Daniel Bryan and Seth Rollins itself. I'm not going to go too far into this, because most of you probably saw this match. And this is a definite match of the year candidate. I'm not going to lie here. This match, not to sound like an internet fanboy or anything like that, but this was great. And Daniel Bryan wins, as he probably should have. I know you want to keep the Shield strong and everything, so it's just that it just looks like the Shield is they're getting Daniel Bryan over at the expense of themselves. But Rollins trying to interrupt Daniel Bryan's celebration. He gets a boot to the head and an RKO to boot. So next we have a Diva segment that's actually gotten some build-up in recent weeks. We finally get to find out who Caitlin's secret admirer is. God, there's a number of people you could have come up with. Hell, maybe it could have been Great Khali himself. Maybe it could have been Hornswoggle. That would have been the stupid way to go, but God, you're almost hoping against hope it was somebody like, maybe even like Natalia. But no, not quite. But Big E Langston? Wow, this was unexpected. And Big E actually, he did a good job in this segment. I mean him being all nervous and shit, like kind of like a 16-year-old boy trying to score his first date with a girl he likes. But he played this perfectly. He came out with roses, and he kind of did that little thing where he holds her down, and we were watching this, and we're just thinking, God, is he gonna drop her? And oh yes, he did. He dropped her like a bad habit. Oh man, that was great. Until AJ Lee showed up. Then this segment went, whoo! Oh Jesus. God, AJ Lee is just terrible on the mic. Oh God. It's like, I was almost hoping somebody would would have shot me during this segment after the Big E stuff, but oh God. But up until then, it was a great segment with Big E. Oh, then you ended up having a group hug between God and Vince and stuff. Oof. It's actually a pretty good segment. I mean, like, you wonder how far they're going to go with this Triple H and stuff and Vince thing. You know, Vince is looking like he can. I mean, yeah, granted, Vince isn't getting any younger. He's in his mid-60s now, but God, does he have one more TV run in him? Okay. Then you got the main event segment, Cena and Ryback face to face. Well, sort of, but it wasn't just about these guys. I mean, Brad Maddox he saved this segment earlier in the night when he suggested that all the lumberjacks come down to the ring and try to keep them apart. And hell, you got guys like Alex Riley in this segment. You got DiBiase was in this segment. Hell, Cassius Ohno was up. It's like, you had a bunch of guys that wouldn't normally be in the main event segment, but hell, they were there. And just this wasn't one of Ryback's better promos, and damn sure it wasn't one of Cena's. Then you had the big pull apart at the end of the show. It looked like an old episode of Monday Nitro, but Cena had about 7 or 8 guys trying to hold him back, but being the Super Cena that he is, he broke away. I just shudder to think what's going to happen at Payback on Sunday night. Well, hey, my final thoughts on this show. Daniel Bryan is the most over wrestler in the WWE right now, period. And I hope that they give him a shot at Cena coming up later, maybe later on this summer. And don't do with Daniel Bryan what you did with Ryback. Don't fucking turn him heel, whatever the fuck you do, because that would absolutely suck. And even if they were to do some dumb shit thing like that, Daniel Bryan's still gonna get cheered over Cena. So, but as far as then Sheamus being relegated to the pre-show match, but. And then the Triple H and stuff and Vince McMahon stuff, that shit was great tonight. I want to know what you guys thought about this show too. I really did have a lot of fun watching this. I'm not gonna lie. So, and I am Marvelous Mark, and I am gone. See ya. Bye.